The coach is back. The coach is back for this new year as we are into a new season for MLB Classic interviews with the coach. And we're going to reflect back on last season between the Cubs and the White Sox. We're going to keep it an in house thing for this show. So, leading off in the leadoff spot today, Daniel, who has become a very successful pitcher with the Chicago Cubs.
Coach Mike, we made this. We're on the road once again, taking youngsters behind the scenes of what it's like being a major league ball player. I'm over here at Wrigley Field
Yeah,
with Daniel, the man. How we doing?
I'm doing well, and you, sir?
Just fine. All right, we're taking our youngsters behind the scenes of what it's like being a major league player. So, what's this experience been like for you?
¿Cómo está la experiencia para ti? Están llevando a jóvenes detrás de cámaras de que es un pelotero de ligas mayores. Platícanos de tu experiencia.
Uh, all this time here is gonna be. It's been amazing, just trying to learn every day about all the players and about everything about the starter. It's and live the dream, this is my dream. I'm here for that. Just that, living day by day and just learning every day.
So you're living a dream. So what's this? What's this? You getting me choked up here. So you're living a dream. So what's this road been like for you to get here to the big leagues?
¿Cómo ha sido pues tu rol aquí en el equipo y ahora sí que estando aquí en el ambiente aquí con todos los compañeros y en el equipo en general?
Well, I'm just trying to help the team, make to make the playoff. I'm pretty sure we're gonna do that. So I just wanna be part of that and help the team all I can, and just that. Yeah.
So the Cubs got such a great baseball history with fans around the world. What does it feel like to be a member of the Chicago Cubs?
¿Cómo se siente ser miembro de una organización histórica como los Cachorros, verdad? Con una fanaticada increíble y un historial muy grande y extensivo.
It feels amazing, because it's a big thing, it's a big feel, big fans, when you are in the night, we all the people stand up and yelling. It's amazing. It feels like your heart is gonna blow up, and I don't know. I don't have words for that. Just I'm happy to be here, and that's it.
So how did you get your opportunity? How did the opportunity come for you to get to the big leagues?
¿Cómo fue que agarraste la oportunidad o platícanos de la experiencia de llegar aquí a Grandes Ligas?
Well, that's just happened, I started this year like I started in Tennessee, and one more, Breslow called me like I got opportunity for you. We can put you in the bullpen, and you can move more faster. So I talked with my with my dad, with my trainer in Venezuela, and they say like man, it's like the bullpen needs help right now. So I think this is your opportunity. So take it. And I call like 5 minutes after, and I say, hey, I got it. What is the plan? And he say like you have to go to Arizona like 1 week to change your routine, like being in situation like back to back, like 2 innings, just 1 inning, like think like you are in the 9 innings. So prepare of myself because it's the same game, but everything is different because you have to be sent down and the one call you have to stand up and be ready for in 1 minute. So just living the dream.
Last question. So when you go back home over the off season, do the fans be hounding you for your autograph?
Cuando llegas a casa allá en Venezuela, hay muchos fanáticos que buscan tu autógrafo o te siguen en general.
Yeah, because I'm the third big league of my town because I'm from a really small town. So all the people is close, all the people know about me and they know my history. So yeah, it's a great people, very nice people. So I love my town.
Coach with the man Daniel. I appreciate it.
Thank
Well, once again, we're back for another show, MLB Classic Major League Interviews with the coach as we take you one-on-one with the MLB stars of the game, and we ventured over to the Chicago White Sox locker room, and we got the up-and-coming catcher for the White Sox, Kyle Teal.
Coach on the road once again, take you behind the scenes with the MLB stars of the game. I'm over here in the White Sox locker room. I got the man here, KT.
How you doing?
All right, how we doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to my audience.
KT, from New Jersey, I'm a catcher. I like to ball.
So how New Jersey boy wind up in the shack?
I just grew up in the cage, to be honest with you. I work hard, and I was a multi-sport athlete growing up, and then I just played in college, and this is what I love to do every day. So,
Multi-sports. You want my audience to think you talented, athletic?
yeah, I think playing multi-sports is good for athleticism, so I think that definitely helped.
So what other sports you play?
I played football and basketball in middle school, but when I got to high school, I was baseball, football.
Oh, you found out you wasn't gonna be no Michael Jordan, so you gave up basketball.
No, I was the dude that got all the rebounds. I wasn't that great at basketball, but I loved it. I still thought it was fun.
Every kid's dream of playing in the big leagues. Kyle then made his way up through the system in the big leagues. What's that feeling like?
Oh, it's amazing. This is a dream come true. This is what I wanted to do since I was this big. From when I can remember, this is what I wanted to do. So this is a dream come true.
I've always told my guys, quickest way to the big leagues is pitching and catching.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely I feel like I worked really hard, and it was a great path for me. Catching is my favorite position on the field, so I'm happy I'm there.
So, a lot of kids watch you guys on TV, and they think it's like high school ball. You go out on the field 30 minutes before game time and you play. Did you realize all the things that go on behind the scenes in preparation take place before you got here?
I thought it was I really noticed it first in college, like the preparation we would go through was extensive, and that was like my first taste of it. And then when I got to pro ball, it was the same thing, It's a lot of getting in what you got to get in, and just focusing on your process, getting your lifts in. So yeah, we get here early. So for a 6 o'clock game, I got here at 12:30 today. So we're here for a long time trying to get our work in.
So what do you do between, let's say, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock?
Yeah, today I caught a bullpen. I'm about to get it. I have a hitters meeting in 20 minutes. I just met with the pitchers, did scouting reports. It's a lot of background work, a lot of boring work that you just got to get in, And my favorite part of the work is catching and hitting, obviously, but I like the scouting reports stuff too. Just something I'm really focusing on.
So again, I've been in the game 40 years. Game didn't change. It's that before you just went out there, you played, you dedicated, committed. Now you got to deal with data, stats, statistics.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ballgame philosophy-wise.
Yeah, I think the game nowadays is very data-oriented, and I think that it's definitely helpful when calling games, just knowing the pitcher, what the pitcher's got, and who we're going up against. So, I think that we have a lot of data. It's just focusing on specific parts of it, because you could drown in the sea of data. But if you know what you're looking for, it's helpful.
So about a week ago, you was in the minor leagues working your way up. Now you're in the big leagues. What was that journey like for you getting here?
Yeah, I felt like it was a solid journey. Just working hard every day, and nothing's really changed. I'm still doing the same thing, working hard, making adjustments, trying to be the best I can for the team every day.
So what was high school ball like for you?
High school ball, I went to Mawa High School in New Jersey. Got to shout out my coach, Remo, high school coach. It was a high school ball was great. I think those were some of the best years for baseball growing up. Just playing in high school, I had a ton of fun with a great group of guys, and yeah.
So you remember your high school coach?
Yes, I do.
I used to coach high school baseball, and I got some of my guys made it to the big league. They don't even remember my name.
Yeah.
They don't remember me.
Yeah, our high school coach is a legend, so I could never forget him. He was with the Cubs. He made it to their 40-man, and he's just a great coach, and he's the man.
I thought I was a legend, but I guess I was. Maybe these last 2 questions, I won't hold you too long. Who were some of the guys that you idolized coming up along the way as in the major leagues?
Yeah, I definitely idolized my dad a lot. You know, he was a baseball player. He did everything with me growing up when it came to baseball. So I wanted to be just like him growing up. He was a professional baseball player, made it up to Double A. I wanted to be a professional baseball player too. Obviously, I wanted to make it here, and I did, which is awesome. And then some other guys are like Derek Jeter, I idolize. Dustin Pedroia is another one. So, yeah, I mean, I just loved watching athletes play the game, and yeah.
Okay, so let's take us back. You get that call, you go into the big leagues, walk in the locker room for the very first time, see your uniform hanging up. What was that feeling like?
Oh, it was awesome. When I first came in here, I was like, wow, like this is amazing. This is everything I've ever dreamed of.
Did you cry?
I did cry like right when it
Somebody
happened.
admit it.
Yeah, I did. And I'm not a crier either, so it was a really special moment.
Did mama cry?
Yeah, she did.
We know mama. Like my baby in the big league. Coach, take you behind the scene with the man KT.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
And before we move on with our next guest, I want you to know that the coach has written a book, Game Changer, Rube Foster, and the Birth of Black Baseball. Rube Foster was the founding father of Negro League Baseball. And I want you to get that book. We're going to give you this promo. And right after this promo, we're going to bring up Ian Happ from the Chicago Cubs. Game Changer, Rube Foster, and the Birth of Black Baseball. Get the book. Get the book. It's going to tell you a lot. This book is for a 21st century audience that have no idea who Rube Foster is, the father of Negro League Baseball.
Chapter 12, The Power of Black Enterprise. At its height, Negro League Baseball created over $2 million in black wealth, the equivalent of more than $50 million today. This prosperity didn't stop at the ballpark gates. The game supported hotels, tailors, drivers, caterers, and musicians, entire ecosystems of enterprise. Both black and white business owners benefited, but for African Americans, the league symbolized something far greater.
Coach, as we're on the road once again, take you behind the scenes. You're on the Cubs side, and I got the man here for the Cubs, Ian Happ. How we doing?
How are you? Good to see you.
Now, you know, I was doing a little research on you, and I know that you were originally signed with the Cubs, so you're a Cubs tradition, huh?
Yeah, I got signed in 2015 out of college. Lucky enough to be here my entire career. Got called up in 17, and yeah, it's crazy to think this is the big leagues with the Cubs.
And you know, it's every kid's dream of playing in the big leagues. There's 780 Major League Baseball players on the roster in the season. So you're in that 780 club. What does that feel like?
It's special. You know, it's special just to be a part of it. This is, you know, the highest level in the world to play baseball. So to be competing against the best day in and day out and be a part of that fraternity has just been an awesome experience.
So what about the mental challenges that go with this game?
Yeah, I mean, there's constant ups and downs. You know, you're always wanting to be better. You're always wanting to get, you know, that slight advantage. And so there's times when you're really low and hitting is really hard. And there's times when it feels like the game's come to you. And so, you know, just balancing that and trying to stay as even as you can and consistent with your work day in and day out.
You know, I would tell my guys that when hitters get in the groove, it's like a beach ball. No matter where it's at, you go hit it. But when you're not, it's like a ping pong ball.
Yeah, that's exactly it. When you're seeing it really well, it seems like the game is slow. And when you're not, when you're in a little funk, it seems like the game's on top of you. So, you know, those are the challenges. And we just try to be as consistent with the stuff you can't control, your energy, your work, what you do on a day-to-day basis so that the game becomes a little bit easier.
A lot of people don't understand what a major league season does to a ball player. 162 games. You play a night game, you finish at midnight, get in town at 4, 5 in the morning, you still got to play another game.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. I think that's the biggest maybe misconception or the reality of it is that every single day you're going to get 5 at-bats, you know, whether you want them or you don't. The game doesn't slow down for you, and that you're playing 162 games in 185 days, and you have to take care of your body. You have to be able to, you know, embrace that grind of a season. And the most valuable thing you can do for your team is to be out there every day.
You sometimes look at yourself and say, "Oh, I can't deal with it no more. I got to get this game up."
No, I'm never that. I think you enjoy the challenge of it. You enjoy competing, and like we talked about, you know, these are the best players in the world, and the opportunity and the privilege to compete at that level is the most fun part of what we do.
And the Cubs won a World Series. You were a year or two away from actually being on that roster when they won the World Series. But what was it like just experiencing that?
Yeah, it was amazing just to be in the organization at the time. The energy, I had been drafted the year prior. The Cubs had gone to the NLCS and then was in AA. I was actually in the Fall League at the time when the Cubs won. And just the energy, the staff, everybody that I was with in the minor leagues from a staff perspective had helped coach. Javi and Addison Russell and Schwarber and the guys that were there helping. And so to be a part of that and to have just that amazing feeling within the organization. And then I was in big league camp the next spring with the guys. And so to get to be a part and see those guys come back and just the joy, and then to experience the fan base after that and how electric it was fantastic.
So I got to put you on the spot. Before becoming drafted by the Cubs, what was your favorite major league team?
When I was growing up, it was the Indians. My dad was from Cleveland, he was an Indians fan. So I got to watch Jim Thome, Omar Vizquel, all those guys, and just loved watching them. And then we moved to Pittsburgh, so grew up in Pittsburgh and got to watch McCutchen when he was just starting coming up, and so really enjoyed going to games at PNC. But all Cubs now.
Well, I see you got the Cubs blue on.
Yep, exactly it.
All right, last question. Once again, every kid's dream of playing in the big leagues. Get that call, you're going to the big leagues. Walk in that locker room for the first time. See your uniform hanging up. What's that feeling like?
It's so special. I think it's just all the hours you put in, the people that help you get to that point, whether it's coaches at a younger age or your family, the sacrifice that your parents had to make, take you all the summer ball games and do all that. And so to be able to share that with my family and finally be able to put on a major league uniform and really say that you made it to the big leagues is one of the most special days of my life.
Well, I said last question, but last two. First major league hit.
First major league hit, Carlos Martinez in St. Louis, debut.
First major league home run.
Same one.
Well, you was the man.
Coach
so with the man, Ian Happ. Appreciate it.
All right.
Well, Ian Happ gave us a little insights about his journey to the big league and his experience being a member of the Chicago Cubs. Now next on Classic MLB interviews with the stars of the game. And up next in the lineup with MLB Classic interviews with the coach, we got the manager of the Chicago White Sox, Will Venable, and the coach, one-on-one.
Coach on the road once again, taking youngsters behind the scenes with the MLB stars of the game. And I got the man here for the Chicago White Sox. I'm going to let him introduce himself to Chicago.
What's up, Chicago? Will Venable, manager of the Chicago White Sox.
Will, so, what's this big league experience been like for you?
It's been great, First year as a manager, this has been different for me, but, I grew up in the game. My dad played in the big league, so I grew up in a clubhouse. Right after college, got into playing pro ball myself and then got into coaching. So I'm just fortunate to be involved in another major league season.
See, and I was doing a little research for you. You mentioned college. What was college here for you?
Princeton University.
Princeton?
Yeah, that's right.
How Princeton man wind up coaching baseball?
You know what? I was really lucky going there. Coach Bradley, the coach there, was an ex-major leaguer, guy who was just an outstanding coach, really helped me learn the game again and got me back playing baseball. So owe a lot to him to really got me back into the baseball industry.
So you got your dad played Major League Baseball. You're hanging out in the big league clubhouse when you was youngster. Then you go to college and you got a big league manager. You just got big league all in your blood.
Well, you know what? I've been really fortunate to have some really good people around me that have helped me out. I've just had a ton of opportunity and support, and you got to get lucky to get here.
Well, it's all about who you know. It looked like you know all the right people.
I guess so.
So what was that journey like for you getting to the big leagues?
It was great. I grew up, as much as I was around the game of baseball, I grew up really loving basketball. And so it was later in my life that I again in college, kind of got reconnected with the game, and my love for it really blossomed, and that was when I decided to try and take it professional, and was able to have an opportunity with the Padres. And you know, that grind going into the minor leagues, it's a tough one, you know, but you learn a lot about yourself, and you know, you try and sharpen your claws for the big leagues, man, and you get that shot, you get that opportunity, and I was lucky enough to get one with the Padres, and it was an awesome experience.
So basketball, you thought you was going to be Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I wanted to bad. I wanted to be Mike bad, you know, and I always had the dreams of playing in the NBA. But, you know, once I got to college and, you know, started playing against some of these guys that you knew were going to be drafted, I knew that, you know, my ceiling was not going to reach that NBA level.
So now you and my orders think you was an athlete on top of that.
Yeah. You know what? Once upon a time I was, you know, then I turned into a baseball player.
Okay. So, I mean, when you're making your journey through Major League Baseball, I mean, what was it like? What was it like mentally and physically?
Yeah, it was challenging, you know. Like I struggled with the failure of it, you know. You know, I beat myself up a lot, and was hard on myself, and made a hard game harder than it needed to be, you know. And then there's the physical demands too, you know, and that was something that I always enjoyed, you know, working out and making sure that I was in really good shape and prepared to go out and play every night. So, yeah, you know, these guys have a lot being thrown at them, you know, so that's why we're here to support them and make sure they have everything they need.
Hey, you know, I coach college baseball, high school baseball, scouted for 5 major league teams, and I know that burning itch, you know, 40 plus years in the game, you can't turn this game loose.
That's right. Yeah. No. It's once it's in you, you know, it's in you, and that's why I just feel so lucky to be able to come out here every day. Is you know, we got the boys out here playing baseball, and there's nothing better than that.
So you went from player to manager to coaching, now managing. I mean, what is it like being a manager in the big league level?
It's great. It's a lot of fun. You know, it's busy. You know, there's a lot of things that you have to do every day. But I love the responsibility. You know, that the in-game stuff is great. You know, to strategize and try and get your guys to the game and put them in the right spots. You know, being around the guys, you know, is amazing, and what they go out here and they do every day, and to be a part of their journey is amazing. So, yeah, being a manager has been awesome.
And you know, I've always said that I would tell guys that this game keep me young, being around these youngsters.
That's right, and it really does. You know, you get to be in the clubhouse, and you get to be part of the game. You know, and it'll keep you young, and at the same time, it'll make you old and make you want to you know, pull your hair out and turn your hair gray. But we have fun, man. Lucky to be here.
I mean, when you look at these guys, you sometimes think about when you played and see how much the game has changed. It's a different game today.
Yeah, it's a different game, you know, and it literally is a different game when you talk about, you know, the DH and some of the shifting stuff and some of the different rules now. But lots change, you know, and at the same time, you know, it's always good to throw strikes, and when they do throw strikes, you know, on offense, you got to hit them. You know, it really is the same game, but a lot has changed.
What's your thought about Chicago?
I love Chicago. You know, this was a big part of this for me in taking this job. Is we love Chicago in the summer. This is an amazing place to be, and excited for it to warm up around here.
Yeah, that's a big. All right, last question. I always ask the major league players when they first got that call up to the big leagues, walked to the locker room and saw the uniform, and then for the very first time, was that feeling like? I'm gonna ask you, when you got the job as a manager, you walked in that clubhouse and realized I'm the head honcho now.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like?
Yeah, it was surreal, man. You know, yeah, I don't even know if I could describe it. You know, I hold this position in such high regard. You know, you never really imagine yourself getting a job and being in that seat. So for me, you know, it was really a surreal moment.
You're in the Elite 30 club.
Yeah, it's a big deal, man. No, and you know that's you know, you just know how special the opportunity is, man, and that's why we go out here for all of us. You know, go out here and fight and compete every day.
Coach with the man, Will Villa.
All
right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
We gave you a little bit White Sox and Cubs, but as we conclude this show, we ventured over to the Phillies locker room and we ran across Trey Turner. So we're going to let Trey Turner from the Phillies wrap the show up.
With the coach, Mike Mayden, as we're on the road once again, taking youngsters behind the scenes what it's like being a Major League ball player, and I got the man here, Trey. How we doing?
Good, how are you?
Just fine. You know, it's every kid's dream of playing in the big leagues. What is this big league experience like for you?
Man, it's fun. I feel like I grew up, 4 or 5 years old, I wanted to do this, and now to be here, it's been unbelievable. A little bit different than what I envisioned in my head, but in a good way. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy being in the clubhouse with the guys and hanging out and competing and going out there and playing each and every day, and don't take it for granted. I really enjoy it.
You know, I coach college baseball, scouted for 5 major league teams. Kids look at you guys and they think, this is where it's at. I mean, what did it happen for you?
I feel like a normal guy. I feel like I'm just being myself, right? But I was in their shoes. I went to a lot of Marlins games growing up and looked up to those guys and wanted to be there. But I think it's just a matter of you put in the work and get everything you have, and you got a chance of doing it. Obviously, it's really hard, and there's so many question marks and things that happen. But I was there one day, and if I can do it, anybody can.
A lot of guys think you get drafted and you're in the big leagues tomorrow. They don't know the dues you guys got to pay.
Yeah, that one's tough. Obviously, some guys have it better than others. A little bit quicker road or a little bit longer journey. But yeah, in other sports and basketball, football, you kind of go right to the major leagues or right to the professional team. And in baseball, you kind of grind it out a little bit and go through your levels and you earn it. But I think that's what makes our game special is you got to earn being here, and it's tough because there's plenty of guys who get drafted high and then don't end up making it, and then there's a lot of good stories about the opposite, guys who get drafted low and work their way up and they've had great careers. So it's a special game.
What it's like wearing that Philly uniform?
Yeah, it's good. I feel good in red. I wore red a lot of my life, and it feels comfortable. But it's been fun just hanging out with these guys and getting here, and I've really enjoyed it. Feel really good about it. Family's happy, and it's been fun.
I'm not gonna hold you long. I'll give you 2 more quick questions. I mean, who were some of your mentors along the way?
Oh, I've had a lot of coaches. I probably can't name them all, but had a lot of coaches that helped me. From when I was younger, and I remember on JV and varsity in high school who really taught me how to play the game, and then in college I had guys teach me how to individually play the game, whether it's defense or offense, and get better there. And then in professional baseball I've had so many as well. So you try to take a little bit from everybody, and there's a lot of people that help me for sure.
Well, you got that call up to you going to the big leagues, walked in the locker room for the very first time, saw your uniform hanging up. What was that feeling like?
I was a child, so I was in awe. I was just trying to be polite and fit in and not step on any toes. So that was my main goal. I wasn't even worried about baseball. I was worried about having the guys like me or fit in, whatever it is. So it was fun. It was a long time ago, and I'll definitely remember that day walking around that locker room in Washington and seeing that jersey.
Did you cry?
No, I'm not a crier. I'm not a crier, but definitely emotional for me, my parents, my mom. My mom's a crier, so that one was cool.
Coach, on the road, take your youngsters behind the scenes with the man TT.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate
Thanks a lot.
My, how time flies when you're having fun. And that's the end of this show until our next show. But once again, let me remind you, the coach have written a book, Game Changer, Rue Foster and the Bird for Black Baseball. Get your copy of the book. The book is available on Amazon and on our website. Know the history of Negro League Baseball by the founding father himself, Rue Foster. Until next week, peace out.
Chapter 5, MLB Breaking the Color Barrier. Moses Fleetwood Walker, the first to break baseball's color line. Before Jackie Robinson took the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947, another black athlete had already broken baseball's color barrier over 6 decades earlier. Moses Fleetwood Walker made history in 1883 as the first black player in Major League Baseball.